It's Uvalde Radio. Robert Miguel here once again with another feature interview. This one's going to be cool because this is going to be a lot of information that we're going to need because something that's been long loved in town is kind of, doing the whole pandemic switcheroo. So here to tell us all about Bark in the Park 2020, kind of the virtual version, Katie Laffere. Hello, welcome.
Hi. Hello.
Hey, thanks for joining us here. So, you are on the board for the Humane Society of Uvalde, is that correct?
I am. I am the secretary of the board, and I have been for, I don't know, maybe 5+ years. I'm not really counting. So
Now,
I'm not sure.
now, Katie, you're a Laffere, which means, you're a longtime Uvaldean. So let's talk real quick about you.
I'm actually not. I've been imported.
Oh, okay.
I'm from Dallas, but my husband is a long-time Uvaldean.
Oh, nice. Okay.
No, I've been here over 10 years now.
Oh, that's plenty long. I mean, and you've decided not to leave, so, you get bonus points.
Yes.
I spent 30 years in Dallas, so you and me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm an Irving kid, so I graduated Irving High School.
I'm a Richardson girl.
Oh, very nice. Okay, yeah, you guys had some.
Far, yeah.
Very cool, very nice. Well, that's awesome. But so you're with the Humane Society of Uvalde. I've been with, what you said, about 5-ish years on the board?
Yes.
And let's go ahead and give me just the quick history of Katie Laffere in Uvalde. You said obviously you married into Uvalde, and let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah. Let's see. I met my husband actually in Concan, Texas, when I was visiting some friends. And let's just say that about a year and a half later, I ended up here. So I've been here 10 years. We have 4 children. We are in the ag industry. We have operate a farm in Batesville. Mm-hmm. We have 4 kids ranging from like 10 to 2. A lot of them are 3 of them are in the dual language program here in Uvalde. The baby is at home at the moment. I guess that's it. I don't know. A rundown of me personally. That's pretty much what I got.
Well, that's very cool. Now, tell me this: as far as being, you mentioned your original, Dallasite, and I can totally relate. What's the biggest difference? And I'm sure you're very used to Uvalde at this point, but
right.
are there still things that the big city girl goes, "Ooh, Uvalde! Wow, it's still a bit of a culture shock"?
I wouldn't. I don't know if it's a shock anymore.
Right.
When it comes to animal welfare, it's different. Simply, we've been doing it in the bigger cities. Have been more in the forefront of people's minds for longer. Mm-hmm. I guess.
Yeah.
And it's different. Not better or worse. It's just different. And I feel like Uvalde has really stepped it up in the last several years when it comes to enforcing the rules that are on the books and making sure that we really just promote and educate the public on, humane pet ownership and how to just really make sure that Uvalde is a place where people get to enjoy their animals in a safe, responsible way. I know the first time the stray population in Uvalde is obviously a problem, and
right.
The Humane Society, together with the city, has really worked on turning that around by our spay and neuter program, but also simply just by getting out there and educating the public that there's no shame in spay and neuter, and that it really is going to help fix the problem and just make Uvalde a better, safer place for everyone in general.
I think you kind of started to say it, but you said it nicely, and I'm going to go ahead and say it fairly bluntly because, like I said, I spent time in the big city too, and I think that there is a learning curve as far as humane treatment of animals out here in the rural areas or in the country, whatever you want to call it, just because I think early on in the bigger cities, there's more education, I think, early on about how to treat animals and what our responsibilities as humans and caregivers are and all that stuff. It's just a little bit more casual out here, and you're right. Over the last 3 years that I've been back in town, I mean, I've just seen so much progress in that fight, I guess you should say. So thank you so much for what you do. What personally got you engaged in humane treatment of animals and animal, care?
I think just like being a lifelong animal owner, definitely drew me to the Humane Society. And I got invited to be part of the Furball Planning Committee several years ago, and that really kind of got me in the door with HSU. And it's a great group of people working for a really great cause, I think. And I think that the thing that I really appreciate about HSU is definitely what we do when it comes to adopting out animals and our spay and neuter program, but also when it just talks about education. I think that so many of our board members and so many of our volunteers understand the importance of humane education, and not only I guess the idea of humane education and how there is a direct transfer to empathy for people. You know, if you were empathetic towards animals, you have empathetic tend to be empathetic towards people. And so I just feel like they go hand in hand, especially when you're teaching children. And I have young children, and so I guess I'm passionate for that, and I see that the good work really does make a difference.
I think it also ties into some sort of like quality of life thing as well too, to where we instill that in our kids, and we live it out. And I think quality of life for humans as well as animals, and it's kind of what's the word, symbiotic.
Well, and I think it's so true. When we were talking about the difference between living in a big city and Uvalde, there's amazing things about Uvalde. I mean,
sure, yeah, oh yeah.
Between the people and everything, you just can't get that in bigger cities. And I think that the one thing that I would like to see for Uvalde, and I think Uvalde is I just feel like when you go to a big city, there you have libraries, you have cultural centers, you have adoption centers, and I think all of these things are crucial to Uvalde being a place that people want to come and live and come spend money and raise their children. And I think that we have to make it a priority to make sure that these things happen, you know, and I think that one of the fundamental things of that is, making sure that we don't have stray dogs running all over the town. So I don't know. I guess that's part of why I'm involved as well.
Well, obviously you're passionate. I'm sure you're doing a fantastic job. Again, we're talking to Katie Laffere. She's a board member, the secretary of Humane Society of Uvalde, who does just insanely marvelous work here in this town that's much needed and much appreciated. Now, you guys have a signature event, a couple of them, but the big one that comes up in the fall is the Bark in the Park. So let's go ahead, and before we get into what the changes are this year, give us an overview of how Bark in the Park usually works.
Well, this is the Brian Faglie Memorial Bark in the Park, and we have had it for several years. And typically, we all, one morning in October, we all get up and there's a 5K in the morning, and then we invite the city of Uvalde to come out, and there's contests, there's booths, we actually bring the animals out for adoption. We adopted a lot of animals through this event, actually at the event. It's just a good way, and it's a good time, and we all get together and, raise money for HSU, and it's been successful, and the community supports us, and we walk away, and we're able to, continue to, do what we do best, I guess. And so we understand that this year is different, as everyone is well aware, because of the pandemic. And we really, we feel like that we need to do our part and make sure that everyone here in the city of Uvalde County stays safe and comfortable. So we just felt that with the uncertainty that we weren't comfortable having the actual in-person event this year. Much to our, disappointment, because of course we have it's a really fun morning, and it's just not going to work this year.
Right. Of course, yeah.
I think everyone understands.
Yeah, and absolutely. By now, we're all used to it. Yes.
Yes, and exactly. At the same point, we still, we still want to do our work. We still want to do our job, and so we need to come up with something to allow the city of Uvalde to continue to support us. And so we got creative, and what we came up with was which was the Brian Faglie Memorial Bark in the Park virtual 5K presented by Walmart.
Right, okay.
So we've changed it up, but we think it's going to still be great, and we still think that we'll all come together and raise some funds to help HSU.
Well, now virtual 5K, so basically we're still going to get people to run, but obviously we're going to use some technology to do it. Give us a logistic of how if I want to, maybe I've done this the last 5 or so years, and I'm really excited to do it again. How exactly do I get in a virtual 5K? And explain, how does it work exactly, I guess?
So it's simple. You just sign up on runsignup.com/HSU virtual 5K, and that is also linked on our Facebook page. It's linked in various places. you sign up there, it's $20. You'll get a shirt, a race bib, and a chance to win some medals and prizes if you are a top finisher. We'll deliver your race goodies, coming up prior to our event, which is October 24th, by the way.
Right, okay, the date is important. Yes, October 24th, yeah, okay.
Bark in the Park every year, it helps HSU raise some very significant funds to help with our mission. It helps us with day-to-day operations. It helps us buy dog food. Helps with our spray and neuter vouchers, with our facility maintenance, and everything in between. And so we really just hope that we can have some support.
So yeah, absolutely. So if you want to sign up, you pay $20 at the website. Then you'll get your T-shirt, I guess, by mail or by delivery. Somehow they'll get you a T-shirt and a bib.
Correct.
And then, from what I understand, you as a runner, you'll just kind of use an app and then do your own thing and submit it, right? And you guys will just compare the times?
Yeah, and so I know everyone has their own, tracker as they like to run. Some people use watches, some people use different apps on their phone. So you're just going to start on the 24th, whatever time works for you, and you're going to go run your 5K, and you're going to use whatever app you like to use personally. You're going to take a screenshot of your completed race, and you're going to send your results in to hsuvirtual5k@gmail.com, and that is how we will record everyone's time. And so the nice thing is that it's very flexible. So if you're not available, traditionally 5K start in the morning. So if you're not available in the morning, you can kind of do it anytime you want. And we just ask that you have to get those results submitted by 6 p.m. that Saturday.
Well, very cool. Now, as far as the live version of Bark in the Park, my favorite part is always the pet costume contest. Everybody gets in the park, they get in the basketball court, and they parade these animals in their awesome little contests, in their awesome little costumes, and then there's usually a runoff or two, and it's so much fun. The kids love it, and the pets just look so darn cute. And if you don't have a pet, just seeing a pet in a costume makes you want to get one right then and there. But I know you guys are doing a virtual version of that. Now, how is that going to play out?
We are. So Bob and Karen Bain, Karen was on the board with us for several years, and they've always just been amazing supporters of HSU. They have sponsored the pet contest this year. And it just so happens that we're, a couple days out from Halloween, so that makes it, everyone's pets should be all set up for Halloween, so it shouldn't be any problem. But during the week leading up, we're going to ask that you submit your pictures of your pet in their in their contest. In their costume for the contest. And we'll have some judges that look at those pictures. And there's a couple prizes you can win, too. So if you take your picture, you'll submit it to hsupetcostumecontest@gmail.com. We will have a couple judges vote on those, and we will announce the winner. And you can submit the photos of your dog from now until October 22nd. So if you want to go ahead and jump the gun and get that picture submitted, that's available now.
And you know what? This is actually kind of interesting in a sense that part of the fun, but also part of the drama of bringing your dog, out to the park in a costume. There's just the drama and the logistics of putting an animal in a costume. That's kind of tough. But then also with all the other kind of animals, getting your animal off. Hey, you've got the leisure of being able to put get your animal all cuted up in the privacy of your own home. Maybe make your own little cute background, and so Fido won't be all stressed out in the park with all the competition in his face. So I think it's going to make for some fantastic photos.
You won't have to perform on cue either. You can take a couple pictures to make sure that they're looking just the way you want it.
And he won't get freaked out by all the applause. So very cool. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, obviously, when all these photos are submitted, you guys will post the contestants up on the website or the social media, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be something great to look at. Now, from what I understand, and one of the cool things about Bark in the Park also, you guys always have like auctions, and you guys are going to do a virtual auction as well, too, right?
We are. So we're going to do a silent auction, and we're at this moment we're still confirming those items. But once we have those confirmed, we'll start sharing those on our Facebook page as well. But we're going to do a silent auction on the day of the actual race. I think we're going to do one at 10, 1, and 3.
Okay. And
we'll be posting those items on Facebook, and we will use Facebook to actually conduct the bidding. And so we wanted to keep that scheduled, and so people can really, at those times, they can log in and see what those items are, and so they know they know when to watch, and they can't be outbid, and they can really make sure that they stay on top of it. So
that sounds like a lot of fun.
We have some really fun items coming up. We have a couple local businesses who are supporting us, and we're going to donate some of their items, and we're really excited for those. And so we will be sharing those on our Facebook page as soon as we have them finalized.
It sounds like a lot of fun, like back in the 90s, late 90s, I guess, when eBay was all the rage, when we all used to bid and find out if we got it. It's going to be like that'll be a lot of fun online. So again, lots going on with the virtual Brian Faglie Memorial Bark in the Park. It's going to be a good time. October 24th. And what's the best place online to get information about all this?
You can always find a lot of information on the HSU's Facebook page, but you can also go to the actual Run Sign Up page, which is runsignup.com/HSU virtual 5K, and that is where you'll actually register for the event, and that is also where you can find a lot of this information as well.
But again, of course, probably the most up-to-date and easy information will probably be on the Humane Society of Uvalde Facebook page. Yes. I'm hoping you guys can find a way to find a virtual way to dunk some cops and some city officials, because I love that. I love that dunking booth, and I also love locking up people in that jail you guys usually do. But I guess you'll have to find a way to do that on camera somehow. It
would be fun, and so I don't know. We know that Bark and Park is not the same as it has been in the past,
right?
But we really hope that the spirit remains the same. We really just want to bring people together in a fun way to help HSU rescue. We want to encourage the adoption of our animals and just continue to educate the public on responsible pet ownership. And we're hoping this virtual 5K will help us with that.
Well, man, it sounds like it's going to be it sounds like it's going to be the most fun we can have without actually being in the park. So it's going to be, and kudos to all you guys for putting this together. I know that even though this is something that's online, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work to put together a live event, but I mean, you guys are used to it, and there's kind of that fun aspect. This is kind of definitely a more abstract version of what we normally see. So you guys are definitely working hard, and it's much appreciated, and we just can't wait to be a part of it virtually. Hey, real quick shout out. I know that some of the prizes are Enrich Cakes. So Shanna over there, she's great. Pet Sense, of course. Walmart is your title sponsor, and I think Broadway 830 is giving away some stuff too. Is that right?
I think Broadway's giving away some stuff. I know we have some of the local banks have sponsored us. We have quite a lot of sponsors, and we are already, and so we really do appreciate what they have done so far. And as we get those finalized as well, we'll be thanking them on our Facebook page, because we understand that this does not happen without them. Well, shout out to Al Ortiz, who is actually one of your board guys. We're calling him our race coordinator. He has a lot of hats he's wearing these days, but he has taken this project and run with it, and so we are very appreciative of all of his work. Well, he's our sports guy, so we love him over here too. So shout out anybody else we should mention or talk about real quick before we wrap this up. Oh, I don't know, a lot of people, but I think that we can wrap it up by just thanking Uvalde, because you guys always come out and support us, and we are so grateful, and we just hope that this year, even though it's different, we hope that we'll be strong together, and we'll raise some funds so HSU can continue to do the good that it does. And so thanks for having us on. Yeah, well, thank you very much. Again, we've been talking to Katie Laffere here with the Humane Society of Uvalde, and got some good, valuable, and fun information about Bark in the Park 2020 on October 24th. And, of course, you can submit photos for the pet costume contest, I guess, the few days leading up to that, and sign up, get registered, and get ready to bid on those silent auction prizes as well, too. So lots going on. Find Humane Society of Uvalde on Facebook for all the details that are there, and all the information that will be to come as well. So thank you again, Katie, for the information. We appreciate you. Thank you. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up here on Uvalde Radio.